Where should you find your leads? Where do you go when you're driving for dollars? Where do you find your cash buyers? What's going on? This is Courtney from the Aqua team, and today we're going to explore that. I'm actually going to show you a hack that I learned from the awesome Max Maxwell out there and from a few other folks to show how you can find out where to find your cash buyers and where you want to market, whether that's driving for dollars, whether that's direct mail, whether that's cold calling. All right. There's nothing new under the sun, just things people don't know yet. All this information is out here. So I figured I'd put it out here as well. But let's start talking about um, asset classes when it comes to real estate. There are essentially four asset classes, and they're usually broken down by grades. So you have your A class, B class, C class, all the way to your D class is how many real estate investors look at it. And as you might imagine, the letters correspond to the style and type of property there is. The A class are those high-end, top-notch, million-dollar homes that are up there, great neighborhoods, very, very expensive. And then you have your B class properties that are, really solid, good neighborhoods, great schools. And it really depends on the price point for them, depending on where your market is. So, $400,000 property in Southern California may actually be in your C or your B class, but you go out somewhere in Biloxi, Mississippi, or out in the Midwest, it might be high echelon A class. So you have to know your market price values and your market price points to be able to really classify it depending on your market. And if you keep going further down, your C class are those working class neighborhoods. There may be some rundown properties. There may be perhaps some board ups, but it's places where working class and it's near the lower end of the price points. And then you have your D class properties, which are your war zones. Where you want to go in, you're looking over your shoulder, you're a little fearful. The great thing to know is that people live in all of these places. As a wholesaler, you want to target that bell curve. You want to target where most of your buyers are buying, and most of your buyers, cash buyers, are buying in the C to B class areas. Most of your flippers are buying B class, and most of your buy and hold are in the C class neighborhoods. And you do have folks on both ends of the spectrum in the D and the A class, but those are smaller populations. So it may not be as effective spending your time there unless you just want to carve out a niche in those particular spaces, which has its pluses and minuses, but that's for you to weigh and you to decide. I like to stay in the B and the C classes because I know that's where people are. So let me show you a hack that I saw from Max Maxwell and from some others on how to actually find out what zip codes to go to. So I'll share my screen here. And so what you want to do is you want to be able to you want to use listsource, listsource.com. So you'll set up a free account there. And listsource is a place where you could purchase your leads. You could set it up and put any criteria you want in, and they will generate leads for you, and it will cost you money though. So let's see what's going on here. Hmm. Wonder why I'm not able to log in here. Let's see. If I put it in like this, maybe I have a let me see what's going on here. All right, we're back. I think we got to figure it out here. Okay, so once you create an account, you can create a free account. You'll go in and you'll click on create your own list. Now you'll see these features here, these tabs right here: geography, mortgage, property, demographics, foreclosure, and options. You're going to go to geography and you'll select the category. I like to put in by the county, and then you'll select the state that you want to share. So for the purpose of this, I'll put Maryland. Then you want to select the actual counties that you're looking for. So let's say Baltimore City, just for the sake of this. Click add, and now it has Baltimore City in there. Now you want to move on to the actual property, select the criteria, and you want to go to equity percent. And so you'll go down in these tabs and you'll place 99, to 100 because you want them to have at least 100% equity in the property, which means that they are a cash buyer. They own it outright, which will indicate again that they're a cash buyer. You go down to the last market sell date, and you'll adjust it so that it's within the last 6 months because you know people are active there. You could adjust it to whatever you want, but I like to put in 6 months here. So let me move this over to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see what folks are doing there. Click add. And I guess I could have selected right there for the preset buttons, but that's all right. You go back to the property descriptions. So you have your equity, you have your last market sell date. Sometimes folks put in the last market sell price, and you may limit it to so that you're not putting yourself out of range. And for Baltimore, I'll put 350,000. So the last sell price was 350,000. I'll have to put in a value here. So I'll put place 0. I'll add that there. Has to be greater than 0. All right. So I'm learning something new here. So I'll put 1,000. At least pay 1,000 for it. All right. Let's see here. And that's pretty much what you need right there if you're trying to find the cash buyers in Baltimore. I do sometimes go over here and I make sure that it excludes trustee owned properties. I don't mind it having corporate owned because a lot of people actually put their properties in their LLCs or some entity. I do like to put both mailing and property address complete. I'll put property address complete here so that I know that it's going to show me the zip code that I'm looking for. And that's all you need right now from what we're looking for. So then you'll go down here and you'll click, you can save the criteria if you like, but you click purchase list. But you're not going to buy the list. You'll come over and you'll click on purchase partial list. Now it's going to ask you, give you the option to custom select how you want the list to generate for you. And you click on zip code. And now you see here, you have all of these. There's 91 here. So then I'll come down here and I'll ask for it to be exported. Click export. It'll ask for your email address. You can type it in and you click submit. Email has been sent. You show your thanks. You can head over to your email address and show mine should be at the top. There we go. Boom. Now I have this email and I'll this CSV form of an Excel sheet. Open it up. And let's see here. Let me open up the actual. I want to show you what it actually looks like. So open on the Mac. I have this old Mac here. So let's see. That's from today, just now. And so I usually, so here we go. We have it here. And then you see you have all these categories. I can see that 21218 has 13 people who bought for cash in the past 6 months under the criteria that I used. And so guess where I'm going to be targeting the 21218. I'll make sure that that's where I'm driving for dollars. I'll make sure that's where I'm pulling lists from. There's some other ones here too as well. So let me organize this so that I actually can see it a little better. So I like to delete the top row, the top several rows. I like to freeze the top panel so it's easier to take a look at. And then I'll sort it by category over here, largest to smallest, sort. And there we have it. So I have 21218, 21224, 21231 also there. And so I know that those are the places that I'm driving. I'm pretty confident that there are buyers in those areas. So there you have it. Quick and simple way to find out which areas to target. And yeah, it's pretty simple as that. Easy peasy. Thanks, Max, for the tip, and it's been very useful and helpful for me. And I hope it's helpful to you. And I hope you go out and that you use it. All right. So let's go out there. Let's make dreams come true. Rise and tides. Let's all sales. Take care.